Hi, welcome to Crazy Turtle's Kitchen. And today I am been harvesting some of my rhubarb, and I have a great rhubarb bread to share with you. It's almost kind of like a coffee cake in a way. It has a lovely, like sugary, nutty topping, but it's a wonderful way to use any extra rhubarb you have, or if you're seeing these beautiful stalks in the grocery, I guess, or the farmer's market, and they just, again, they just sing spring to me. So we're gonna make a wonderful bread. It's my grandma's recipe, and I'm loving to share it with you. So in this bowl, I have my sugar. I actually would use light brown sugar, but I'm trying to get rid of some dark brown sugar. So it is a mixture of both. And I have a little bit of vegetable oil, obviously an egg, and some baking soda. And this recipe calls for buttermilk. I don't typically have buttermilk, but I always have lemons because lemons multiple purposes. And so I just have a regular milk, and then I squeezed half a lemon in it, and it's going to give it the same thick properties that you want from a buttermilk. So all of my ingredients are thoroughly combined there. And I am going to slowly add my flour and salt that has been kind of sifted together. Now you could use gluten-free flour if you want. This recipe works really well. I kind of alternate between doing both. And we are ready to fold in our rhubarb. It is such a delicious kind of caramel color batter. And you could also, up until this point, use a mixer if you want. But again, I didn't feel like having the mixer on. And by hand, it works just as well. And I have some walnuts that I've chopped. Again, I think pecans are typically kind of a desserty type nut, but you can use whatever nut you have. I happen to not have pecans, but I simply love walnuts, so I'm using that in the bread today. And as always, anytime if you've got somebody who's got nut issues, just the recipe will work fine without them. And here I have zest of a lemon, and then just about a teaspoon, a little bit over, of lemon juice. To enhance. There's a lot of sugar in this, kind of to balance out the tartness of the rhubarb, but the lemon is there also to not let that tartness disappear in all of that sugar. And if you really like a little bit of tang in your desserts, rhubarb is a wonderful addition for that. Okay, so we are all folded in. I have a loaf pan that is sprayed. And then I have a topping here with sugar, again, more walnuts, a little bit of cinnamon, and then just a tablespoon of butter that I just kind of worked in between my fingers. So we will cover that with our topping, and my oven is preheating to 350. This will take about 50 to 60 minutes. Again, you'll just want to check about in the middle of it to see if it is no longer wet. And I will see you back for the final bit. Hi, our delicious rhubarb bread is out of the oven. You'll want to let it cool for about 10 minutes before popping it out and letting it cool completely out of the pan. I actually kept checking. I want to point out that the rhubarb kind of makes it a little bit wetter. So whenever you have something like that in your bread, you're going to want to kind of keep checking, make sure, especially that center is coming out completely um, or just about dry. But anyway, I hope you get to enjoy this with a cup of coffee or tea or something else delightful on the side. Thanks so much for tuning in to Crazy Turtle. Let me share it with you, another rhubarb recipe, one of my favorite fruits. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.